YouTube! It's time for the best deck in history. The Dragon Man is once again back in Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got new rockets. I thought maybe it would be time for dragons to turn into a new deck, but Dragon Link will always basically be a rocket deck at its core. So, I don't know what we're cooking with this. Let's have a little look-see. I'm excited for it because I heckin' love the rockets. Yeah, no. What would I, like... I guess, first of all, let me think. What would I give this deck? I think it needs its own dedicated starter card. Because realistically, the best normal summon in Rocket feels like Black Metal Dragon or Sephert still. Chaos Space is also, like, one of the better searchers. So, like, the Rocket cards aren't really that great. They just kind of, like, facilitate enough for generic Dragon Slop to be good. So I feel like some sort of, like, starter would be strong and extender. Yo, maybe a new field spell potentially to search for Striker Dragon. Who knows? Although I do think the field is, like, pretty open-ended. It's one of those, like, unpower creepable cards as long as they keep making rockets. Anyway. So what do we got here? We've got... See, I don't know why we're not showing, like, the card and just the picture, because it's really jarring to look at a Yu-Gi-Oh card without the level and the name, except... Anyway, so this is a level 4 Dark Dragon. Alright, this is where the starter cards begin. Are you ready? You can only first activate once per turn. If this card is normal special, add a level 7 Dark Dragon from your deck to your hand. You can't special next for this turn except Darks. Okay, I mean, so this is just a 1-card starter. That's exactly what I suggested. Just add Absoluter, I believe, right? You can even search Destrudo if you want. It locks you into Darks, which is... It's unplayable. It's unplayable. Can't play this anymore. Yep. Rockets are being locked into Dark Dragons. No! Anyway. I love the no real restriction. Oh, wait, hold on. There's no seals. That's actually very relevant. Seals is, like, a very important game piece. In fact, it's how you play around Nibiru. I actually really hate that. Why couldn't they just lock you into dragons? I genuinely don't like that. Yeah, no Romulus, no seals. Wait a fucking second. This might not be that good. Oh, ooh. This is, like, really relevant. Now, it does trigger on special summon, so it makes launch a really good extender. But, like, I really hate this restriction. Alright, this better have a crazy grave effect as well. Banish this from grave target face monster on the field to attribute becomes dark. This could have been better. Like, it's fine, but this could have been better. I really think this restriction is huge. Dark Dragon usually you don't care about, but I was joking about the whole Dark Dragon restriction. But if you're going first and setting up your combo, like, Seals is how you beat Nibiru in this deck. And Romulus is a huge part of the deck. But maybe that's good. You know, I won't judge just yet till I read the rest. Since maybe we're just getting rid of the Dragon Ravine stuff now. Maybe this is time to move away. So hopefully that does things. And there's, like, valid replacements. I don't know how you can possibly replace Seals, but Dragon Ravine might be a way to advance this deck forward is by not letting you go for Romulus. Hello, Rocket Dragon. This is level 6. This adds a 7 exactly, which is, you know, basically telling you to add Absoluter. Or Dark Arm Dragon, or Destrudo. You can only use it for a second effect once per turn. When a Link monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field, quick effect. Well, I mean, it makes sense that they want you to actually use, you know, rockets and the rocket win condition, because that's the whole point of this. You know, you're supposed to, like, Striker Dragon target this. You're supposed to, like, Borrel End target this. Like, that's clearly what they want you to do, so, okay. When a Link monster effect is activated that targets this face-up card in the field, quick effect, destroy this and execute up to 6 cards on the top of your opponent's deck and banish one of them, place the rest on top of the deck in the same order. Like... This is such a dumb, like, gimmick. Like, why? Like, this is nothing to do with the deck's, like, play style. Is this, like, a Revolver reference? Like, what Dragon Link player wanted to be able to stack their opponent's deck? Like, who cares? And it's stupid because it doesn't even, like, rearrange the top of the deck. So they could still potentially get a good card if the first top 2 in their deck are good starter cards. You're like, getting no value out of it, really. So it's, like... It's the crappy Kashtira Ogre. During the end phase, it doesn't go because it was destroyed. Special a rocket from your deck. I mean, cool. So this sets up like Tracer or something. It's sniping the top of the deck is the joke. Oh, is it? Is that definitely an anime thing? I don't know. This one sucks ass. Jesus, that's so disappointing. Detonator. You can only special summon the first effect once per turn because if you use the second effect, this name once per turn. If you control Dark Dragon, special this. So yeah, good generic extender. Just make Striker Dragon, special summon. Target a Dark Dragon monster in your spell and trap zone. What the fuck? What the hell? Target a Dark Dragon in your spell and trap zone. How the fuck do you do that? Special it, but it cannot attack special engage. You can't special extra for this turn except Darks. Don't tell me this is designed to work with Savage. That's like terrible. That's not like you don't want it. Like it's just a Kage Tokage that only works like 20 steps into the combo. All right, maybe this will be relevant. You'll see. Borrel load Fatal Flare Dragon. A fusion. One dark link, one dark. Is this actually fusion summon? Is it contact fusion? This is an actual fusion summon. Use the first, second effect, and third once per turn. Fusion summon, add a rocket monster. Target a dark you control. Equip a dark link from your grave or banishment to it as an equip spell that gives it 500. I don't know. They're trying to take this deck into a whole other different direction, which I don't think is where the deck needed to go. Like, it's very on theme, but not like in a good way. This is sent to the grave as link material. Target current field, destroy it. Decent effect going second, but it's level 8. It's very hard to summon, honestly. Like, bro, we're not trying to play Rapid Trigger in 2025. Borrel Shroud Dragon. Is it even possible to power creep Borrel End? Your opponent cannot tribute this card on the field. Yeah, because we're still playing Kaijus. Once per turn during the main phase, quick effect. Target a rocket you control. Negate the effects of one face-up card your opponent controls, then destroy that monster. It's like a slightly better Borrel End. What does Borrel End do better than this? While face-up in the battle phase, start of the battle phase, you can special summon a link 4 or lower Borrel link from your extra. Okay. During the main phase, you can target a rocket you control, negate the effects of one face-up monster, then destroy that monster. So negate and pop a card that you control, whereas Borrel End revives. And if your opponent just lets this live until the battle phase, you do get to special summon like Borrel Sword or Guard. If you're playing that. So this is an Omni Negate, true, yeah. Negates face-up cards. I think the protection on Borrel End is still a little bit better. Like, untargetable, indestructible. Like, the only way you can out-Borrel End is, like, imperm. And, like, I don't know. The no tribute effect is, like, no one's playing Kaijus. Protecting Nibiru, I suppose, is kind of relevant. But the thing with Rockets is by the time you've got to the point where you're going to summon a Link 5, you would have been nibbed long ago. And the whole point of nib protection in this deck was Seals, which this new card is now locking you out of. So I'm not, like, a big fan of this. Like, it feels like... It feels like someone made support for a deck, but doesn't actually play the deck. They just gave it support that seems good or logical, but not actually to how the deck plays. I'm not a big fan. Trizborrel. So this is, you can summon this for free with the new Shroud Dragon. 2 Dark Dragons, including a Rocket. Can only for a second once per turn. Link summon, add a Rapid Trigger. I mean, okay, that's... Admittedly, if they do want to go into this direction, then they need to give them a Searcher, and that makes sense. So this is actually really good if you do want to do this whole new mechanic and stuff that they're giving you. So just searching Rapid Trigger is really good. Making Furious and the new guy seems very doable quite consistently, so that's decent. I just don't know if it's like, you know, a game-winning end board. Heavy Interlock is funny, but I don't think anyone is going to be playing Riot Dragon. I do love that. I do love Riot Dragon, but I don't think I've seen that card get summoned. Target a face-up card you control and 1 Dark Dragon in your grave. Destroy that card field if you do add the other monster to your hand. I mean, you could just pop this, right? And then add it back. And then you can bring this back with, is it the fusion, I think? You can, like, equip it onto something and then special it back with, like, this guy, I guess, if you're doing that stuff, maybe. Yeah, okay, so I was wondering what the hell double trigger was, because I thought I just forgot what that is. No, it's a new card. Normal spell, activate only, activate one of its effects once per turn. Fusion summon a future maker strike, banishing materials from grave, including a rocket. Ritual summon by banishing materials. I mean, searchable miracle fusion's kind of fucked. What does Riot Dragon do again? There's no way that card is playable. When your opponent specials a monster, quick effect, negate the special wait a fucking second. Hold on. Riot Dragon is insane, actually. It's just impossible to summon. But now they gave you a way to summon it quite easily. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. Like, this is a free ritual summon. It is a shitty Garnet, but wow. I don't know. You do also need to search it. Yeah. Is Riot Dragon 7? 8. How are you searching this? How do you search Riot? This only adds 7s. Why does this only add... Wait, hold on. Absoluter searches it, right? Isn't Absoluter search any rocket? Well, I guess it's not a rocket, so... Can you ritual it from grave? From your hand? Eclipse Wyvern searches it. Alright, anyway. Borrel Reboot is a new counter trap. Opponent activates a spell or trap to control a rocket or Borrel negate. And if you do, set that card. They couldn't even make the Omni negate good. Oh, shit. Wait, I forgot. Okay, there's the first line here, which is relevant. Yeah. No, that's insane. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Red Reboot is back, baby. I mean, it's not, but... it's not. But... Like, this is a side deck card for going second, I think. It sets that card, and they can still just use other cards. And then they can just use the card they set on turn 2. So, I mean, it's really not that good. You need a rocket or Borrel. Yeah, Dyer, I don't think the rocket deck is going to have an issue sticking a rocket on the field. It doesn't work going second. What are you talking about? When you play activate spell trap, and if you control a rocket or Borrel, how do you do it going second? Summon any singular monster in your deck. What do you mean? Am I being insane here? You need a Borrel Searcher, though? So how do you use it on their turn? I'm not talking about their turn. I'm talking about your turn. How do you summon a guy going second? Sorry, I feel like I'm going insane here. Normal summon rocket loader. There you go. It's live. Now you just have like a quick effect negate. They mean turn 0? What is turn 0 here? Opponent's turn? No, yeah, obviously it's not live. That's not what it's for. What are we talking about? Like, what? We're just making up scenarios I'm not discussing. Like, yeah, it's not a turn 0 Omni negate. I know. What? Can we ban Dyer? Anyway, does someone have any combos here? Combos, 1 black, Meadow Dragon. Okay, there's no one I trust more with my life than Meadow Cruncher. Alright, Crunchy Boy, you're gonna show us how we do here. Alright. Apparently the best starter with the new support is still Black Meadow Dragon. Is this a 4-card discard combo? There's no fucking way. Whatever. Good enough. 5?! There's no way. Spirit? Okay, add special, banish, revive. Link 1, striker. Why didn't we just go striker first? What's the relevant effect? Okay, let cook. Like I said, there's no one I trust more with my life than Meadow Cruncher. So you know that entire rant I just made about Dragon Ravine and Romulus? Meadow Cruncher said, I don't care. We are playing Romulus. Okay. Alright, discard number 1. Nothing's changed so far, by the way. This is the funny thing. Nothing has changed. This is still just a Dragon Link combo today. I made this at 8 a.m. yesterday. This might not be optimal. Okay, fair. Alright, let's see. Alright, here's a new one. Rocket Loader. Alright, now we're locked out of making seals, so we're just gonna get nibbed and cry. Romulus special summon here. Banishing Rocket Loader. What is the grave effect of this again? Its attribute becomes dark. Oh, that's 2 dark. Okay, that's actually really... Huh. Isn't that weird? It's like... Because I read the second effect and I just didn't understand why it was relevant. But making Romulus dark to make the new Trisborrel is relevant. But then it begs the question, why does it lock you into darks on normal summon? It's like... This shouldn't have this restriction. It should lock you into dragons, not darks. Because I can't see any logical reason as to why this has an attribute manipulation. Like, for what possible reason is there for this to manipulate attributes other than exactly Romulus? It's too perfect of a play. I don't know. Like I said, it feels like this deck was designed by someone who's, like, vaguely read the cards, but doesn't actually know how the Dragon Link deck works. There's so many, like, anti-synergies here, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, here's Double Trigger for the new guy. Fatal Flare. Add Recharger. Piss, Special Summon. Nice zone. Close enough. Sync Dissipator. Wait, how did you make a 10? Oh, I thought he was 7 for some reason. Okay, Sync into Pater. Add this back. Trigger the Recharger by pitching itself. Bring back Black Metal. Still haven't used this effect. Still using the Black Metal effect. Dylan Jarrus. Jesus Christ, this deck has so many garnets. Second Black Metal search here for the full metal. Get the Omni Negate here. Bring back Recharger. Sorry, Striker. Link 5 for... See, it's still better. Like, Borrel is still just better. This equips this. Special this by bringing this. This triggers to bring this back. Link 5 again. Target, revive this. Link that into Mask. Did we really not get Dragon Locked at some point? Okay, so this was only a 2-card combo? There was only 1 discard. It was the Fuwell, right? This is kind of fucking insane. 3-card combo? 1 card? Cruncher, it's not a 1-card combo if you discard a card. Okay, shut up. We're not having this debate. But yeah, it's a 1.5 card combo. Okay, no, that's really sick. That's really sick. Despite all of the dumb aspects of some of the support here, Metal Cruncher has made this, like, playable. In fact, very good. This is a very sick end board. Alright, let's see combo 2 here. So this is Loader plus Launch. Plus 17 discards. Alright, so this is with the Dark Lock here. So no, what's his name? Romulus. For Sector, Dylan Jarrus. Trigger the Absolutor to add here. This, special this. Tracer Pop, bring this out. Link 3 for the Trisborrel. Tracer into Pisty. Activate this, get double trigger. Fusion summon, double trigger. Effect, add Rocket Detonator. Pisty, bring back. So right here, if you get nibbed, like, I don't know what you do, right? You're just completely at the mercy of, like, drawing extenders, Which, I don't know. Obviously, like, it's a one-card combo. Should a one-card combo play around Nibiru? You could argue no from balancing game design perspectives, but there is a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks Konami keeps making that literally have one-card combos that play around Nibiru. So, what if you get Charmied? You know, just go to the pizzeria for lunch early, you know. All right, we are not caring about... Does Quick Launch not have a level restriction? That's hilarious. Seals Pass? No, you can't Seals Pass. That's the thing. The Rocket Reloader locked you into Darks for no reason. All right, so we're going to special summon Hollow Rocket from the deck here. Synchro for the Dissipator. That's a... I thought it was 8 as well. Bring back Striker. Striker pop. Add Recharger back from Grave. Trigger Recharger. Recharger then revives the Hollow. Borrel targets this. Chains it. Showcock. I don't know what that means. What is this guy's effect again? Add that monster to your hand. Destroy that card on the field if you do add that monster to your hand. Oh, right. Okay, this is the so you stack their deck. And then we go into the 5 with Borrel End. This equips this. Activate the detonator. Bring back this. Trigger this. That's your 3, 4, 5. Into your Shroud Dragon. Okay. So, yeah. Really impressive stuff. But I think this deck is lacking a lot of competitive viability with some of the typical cards you're going to see every format. Doesn't really feel like the deck has Nibiru plays. And definitely doesn't have Fua Lost plays. Like, under Fua, ideally you go Seals Pass. But they've added a starter that locks you into Darks. So... this is a good deck. Good rogue deck. But I really do think that there are some serious issues here. Okay, next replay. Alright, this is a Twitter combo. Twitter combo just dropped. What was it? This was Just Tracer? Holy, Just Tracer. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Now, this is Borrel. This is the Rocket biggest fan here. Because he has every single card in Starlight. Or whatever this OCG rarity is. This guy has every single card in... in that... That's insane. And you know what's funny? Because it's OCG, this probably costs like $50. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this guy called again? It's been a while. What was the soul charge there? It was, into... Yeah, Quad Borrel? Yeah, Quad Borrel. I think it discards a card, pops a card you control, and then summons monsters back from the graveyard equal to the Link rating. So you pop the Link 3, and it just revives 3 monsters. And Link 5, Borrel End, End target, revive, Synchro Savage. Well, must be nice to be Japanese, am I right? Double trigger, make the fusion, for free, by the way, by banishing. Special summon this, which then specials this, equipped to the Savage. Okay, I'm a little lost here. How did we make that Link 5? This is... 3? 3, 4, 5? Oh, right, we summon it first, then we Link 5. Okay. Okay. Kind of similar interactions. This is a true one-card combo, by the way, because we didn't use a discard. We didn't go into Ravine here. And the board is better because they have a little bit of a known monster criminal that is no longer with us. Can we get an 07, please, for the most savage of dragons? Thank you. We have more combos here. All right. Let's take another look here. This is an FTK. Why do we have Jackpot 7 here? Okay, Tracer for the new one. This is the exact same, most likely, right? Dylan Juris. Add this guy, special for free, into Triz Borrel. Add the fusion, banish, special summon. Add special summon from the hand here. Trigger the Delangeris. Pisty, revive. Target this, equip. Add, link 5. Target revive. What the huh? Well, summon Sorka's Dark. Oh my god, we're cooking. Summon Sork combos. Pop the... Wow, Quad Borrel targets any link 3, not just dragons or rockets. Revive this, link 5. Okay. So, exact same combo as the last one. The difference is you get a Regained and a Drew's Worm Surge. Which is... I don't know how relevant the Drew's Worm is, because I don't think you have a way to send it, but it's still a banish. And obviously having Regained is crazy. It's a draw. So really good, actually. Really, really good. Reddit combo. Are we really going to track? Are we really going to trust Reddit? Mr. Konami explaining rocket support August 25. Dragon Link. Double trigger. Good now. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Love this deck. Slightly disappointed with the competitive viability of these. And I know it's to be a Debbie Downer. But you need to understand, Konami have designed the game to be in a way where the only way to play any card ever in any relevant form is for competitive ranked meta, basically. So as insane and as sick as some of those combos are, there are still many problems in a standard competitive environment that are going to really make this deck suffer. It's very much capable of topping, but it's not going to be like a tier 1 deck. I really don't think this is tier 1 potential. I think it's very strong and almost there, but there's too many relevant aspects of the meta that completely like shut it down. Losing Seal's access consistently is really problematic. There pretty much is no insulation for Nibiru at all. Like, this is... It feels like Salamangreat. I don't know. Am I going crazy? Is there anything that stops Nibiru in any of this? Trish said this is insane. He will win Worlds with this. I mean, yeah. Like, he will try. And this is the first deck in a while, I feel like, or good meta deck that they haven't given a turn 0 play to. Which, I don't know if Dragon Link needs turn 0 plays. Imagine Seal's turn 0. When your opponent activates a monster effect, special this, link summon in your hand, make a Heratic. That would have went hard, actually. Like, that would have actually been crazy support. But sadly, Bestials are about as strong as it's going to be. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This has been an honest reaction from a Dragon Link fanboy. See you in the next card review.